Okay. Well, slept okay last night. A lot of off and on. Even though I had everything but my merino wool undies, it was okay, but a little bit of a draft around the back in the quilt. The guy sitting next to me, Rufus, he snored a bit, but it was on and off, and apparently I made noise too every now and then. So that wasn't really a problem. Having had that sinus problem back in Toronto before I left, it's made my upper right molars sensitive to temperature. So when I would lay down on the clothing bag with my right cheek, it was like a needle in my head and a headache, and it would take like 10 or 15 minutes for it to finally go away, and then I could fall asleep again. And I had that like 3 or 4 times last night. And this morning I got up around the bag about 7 and made a little bit of warm coffee and warm oatmeal for a change. And even though the coffee wasn't hot or cold, man, just one swig, like a needle through my skull for about 30 seconds, and then it would go away. And every sip, the same problem. Man, it's horrible. I had to tell everyone at the table I was at that that's why I was wincing and holding my hand to my head after taking a sip. And I'm afraid that that sensitivity would probably continue for a while. Once you kind of ring the bell, it's always vibrating, even if you can't hear it. So it doesn't take much to get it going. Anyway, that shelter, I think it's a wood gap shelter, not wood. Anyway, where I went, a lot of campsites, always a lot of blown down trees around here, a lot. Some of them for quite a while. I'm passing one here. And then the campsite, a pair of them that blew down uphill and right on some of the camping pads. So hope no one was there at that time. But anyway, there's a lot of campsites. There are only the 2 of us in the shelter. It held half a dozen at least, I think. And there are at least 4 hammockers. 3 of them all had the same kind of tarp from Gorilla something, I can't remember the name. And kind of like a wind skirt underneath the hammock, which is something I definitely need to get to help prevent that heat from being blown out. Anyway, having my top quilt and under quilt on top of me, I guess, like my neighbor Rufus, the idea will be to take my fly and lay that over top of me tonight. That should keep me a lot warmer. At least no draft. And I pick up my net. Continue. Found my battery on my phone was virtually dead this morning. I had it in my pant pocket and I had charged it up last night. So at least I got about an hour charge this morning. So I should be okay until we get to, I think it's Blue Mountain Shelter. And we have one more after that. And then going to top of Georgia Hostel. There's some bad weather coming on Friday. So other than that, it should be another good day. Fairly overcast right now. For around 40 Fahrenheit. And yeah, if it keeps dry, good hiking.
Sky
Well, the first 3 miles were really flat, but now it's tough going.
I know who I am. I'm the leader, dude. Disguise is not you.
So I'm at the 8-mile point beyond our last, what was it called? I keep forgetting, then I remember. Woody under Low Gap. That's what it was, Low Gap Shelter. Now I'm at the next one, I think it's the Blue Mountain Shelter, I think. And we're going to try to go to Thruhiker Shelter, which is another 8 miles. Now I got here, I think I left at about 8:45 and it got here at noon. But that great road at the beginning made a lot of difference. Anyway, apparently there are 2 more. From here we go down to a gap. You never know, there might be some trail magic down there. And I think it's, yeah, 2 hills to go. And they weren't that bad. I mean, Rufus made me think that they were going to be monstrous or something like Blood Mountain, but no, they're nothing like that. So I think we'd be there probably in, I'll just throw it there 4 hours, but maybe 5. So before dinner anyway. Sweating in that tooth. Oh, either got shearing pain, like a nail in the head, or nothing. And not enough of nothing. Well, I'm at a water source halfway up the second mountain. I was wrong in that first one, there's still more to go up. So I shouldn't have been so cocky. Oh, at the bottom of this last one of the gap, there were some church group that had trail magic. They're giving hamburgers and drinks. And I got there just as they were packing everything into the truck. A young guy came up to me and offered me a hamburger out of a plastic bag, just the burger and bun. But it was a pretty good burger, a little charcoal flavor. Didn't have any fixings on it though, so it was a little bit dry. And then another fellow walked up and he got one and gave me a small Gatorade. And I just cracked it open and started drinking, and I did the whole thing in one shot. Partly because I was thirsty, partly because the hamburger was so dry, but it was very flavorful, just as meat. And very welcome, so I'm glad to have that extra liquid. Something about the fact that it's flavored and sweetened just makes it a lot easier, faster to drink. I've got that Mio, but it's not sweetened with sugar. But I think when I get into camp, I'll take that out of my food bag and shoot it into one of my 2 bottles and gulp down a good amount of water. Anyway, got, what time is it right now? 2 o'clock, 2:15. Should be at the top of this one and top of the other one, I would think by 4 o'clock, I would hope. Plenty of time to dry off and recuperate for some dinner and a little campfire probably, and have some more attempt at a sleep. Although I haven't had a good one for, feels like a couple of weeks, even before I left Toronto. So we're going to try to hit the top of Georgia Hostel tomorrow and stay there for a day or 2, assuming the weather is supposed to be bad. Weather's okay today. Sun is kind of in or out, mostly out or in, cloudy. And temperature is, well, it's supposed to be around 50 or something like that, but probably in the 40s of Fahrenheit. Still cool, which is good for walking uphill, but you don't want to stop too long. So now that I've filled up with water and I have to pee, so I have to do that up the trail a little bit. Too much information? Yeah. I'll continue on to the top of this hill and then downhill again and then right back up. And then I'm at the shelter. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I'm at the lookout before the Thruhiker Gap mountaintop and shelter. It's another mile to go to the top of the mountain anyway. And I wonder if that's that big mountain I'm looking at over there in the background. Hope not. Anyway, it's cool still. I bumped into 2 young guys there. They said really good weather for 2 days. Really, really nice, they said. But that shelter, they didn't mention, it's pretty windy. So don't think I'll be doing the hammock. I'll be in the shelter again. And I don't know, I don't think Rufus is going to make it. I mean, it's already, what time is it? It's 4:45. And given how fast he's going up mountains, I think he'll probably find a camping spot well before he gets to the mountaintop. So anyway, I guess I'll do the hostel tomorrow. Anyway, I'll figure it out when I get up there. I think I'd like to do it, just to do it, you know, not that I feel a need to stop. I mean, I have no problem of keep going until the bad weather. I hear that will be on Friday, this being Tuesday, I think, and maybe next Monday or Tuesday, I don't know. It's pretty far ahead to know. But I know Rufus wanted to be out of the bad weather for Friday, but that's days from now, so I'll have to find some other hold up or hole to a motel or something around that time and get out there. Anyway, talk to you later. Just maybe a half hour, an hour after me.